Welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madness. Moving on to our video. Yes, today, you're going to hear about Skeng. Skeng, that's Kenneth Black, the formidable Don of all Dons in Jamaica. Yes, Skeng boxed Dr. Blythe at a road resurfacing site in front of his bodyguard in the early 1990s in Westmoreland. Yes, and you're going to hear about CM Skeng 3 times, and the Laborites tried to kill him. Yeah, they tried to assassinate him in Osborne Store, Rydensbury, and Water Lane in Clarendon. And you're going to hear about his friend Fatardo that they had killed. And you're going to hear about his best friend Pipey that they had killed. And when they killed Pipey, it was rumored that Skeng was killed. But in fact, when Pipey was killed, his killing was done by another comrade. You're going to hear about 3 men from South Clarendon. One is in prison, his name is Bubba. You have another one named Natty Wink, and then you have another one named Tiliba. Tiliba is a known violence producer in Clarendon. Yes, and based on information received and obtained, he's also involved in narcotics trade. Yes. Tiliba is also involved in narcotics trade, and he's a violent producer also, but he's very close to some of the police in Clarendon, especially the PIU and the CIB personnels. So we just show you that's how corruption is in all walks of life in Jamaica, and the police force is rife with it. You have good police officers in the police force, and you're gonna always have bad. There's nothing you're gonna find perfect, not even the church. The only place you're gonna find perfection is in heaven, and that is where the Father is. Some people will say, about heaven, and you never been there, but we're just repeating what we have been indoctrinated with. But we know that there's a higher power, higher than us. So because we did not create ourselves, so we know that there's a greater creature and being, or a greater higher power than all of us as human beings, because from nothing would come nothing. So it has to be something for you to have anything. So Kenneth Black, also known as Skeng, is a formidable Jamaican businessman and gangster who has never been to jail because he's witty and understands law enforcement and government intricacies. Did you know that Kenneth Black, aka Skeng, from Kempshill, Clarendon, was attacked 3 times by Laborites who wanted to kill him, attempt assassination on his life in Clarendon? Yes, 3 times. Many gangsters in Jamaica have tried to emulate and use his modus operandi as a gangster to stay relevant and in the public as an untouchable figure, but none of them have ever achieved such feat. There have been reports of gangsters in Jamaica trying to emulate Kenneth Black, otherwise known as Skeng, modus operandi. Skeng is known for being very clever and elusive, and an elusive gangster who the police have never caught committing or involved in any criminal activities. It is also rumored and it's conjectured with no solid evidence even to make him a person of interest. His IQ is superior to most gangsters. He is a business-minded person who respects the authority and knows his place. At the same time, exploit those who are weak, vulnerable, and depend on him for financial pittance or financial support. He is known for being well connected to politicians and government officials, which give him a degree of protection. The PNP LGBTQ+ party have given him that blanket of protection for many years, and he has the ears of the Prime Minister of his party, the PNP LGBTQ+ party, whenever they are in power. Yes, that's how powerful this man is. And you know, he's not your ordinary businessman gangster per se. He's very, very witty. Most Jamaicans don't know his educational background, if you have any degree or anything like that. So you have to give the man credit. You know that he's supposed to be close to 70 now, and you know, for a man to survive for so many years as a gangster, you know that he has to be doing something that is right for him to stay relevant. You know, because this man is well connected to politicians and, you know, even government officials. Even right now at this juncture, although is a different party in power, and you know, we have seen him in the company of the current Prime Minister breaking ground, you know, at a construction site. You know, that photograph was sent to us by one of our loyal viewers and subscribers. You know, shows you know, both of them at a site breaking ground. Yes, Skeng and the current Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Yeah, so you know, the man is well connected, not a regular Joe, you should say, or you know. Yeah, so over the years, Skeng, it's just been rumor about things about him, and he makes sure that his hands is always clean. And surprisingly, this man has never been named a person of interest. You know, Danai Williams have been named person of interest. He was arrested and charged with fraud. He went down for the PNP LGBTQ+ party. But because Skeng do not rely on the party for his money, because why they said that Skeng money can't done, because for a man who returned to Jamaica from 1988 and still there and still, you know, have his money, they said that his money cannot done. You know, that is what a lot of people have been saying. You understand? So he has protection, you know, from the political class and government official. Yes, and that give him a, you know, a big degree of protection, you understand, from the police, and people see him as a Teflon Dan in Jamaica, like even bigger than John Gotti, because he has never been to jail in Jamaica. So the PNP LGBTQ+ party has given him blanket protection for years, and he always have the ears of their Prime Minister. And even they say at this juncture he still have the ears of even this Prime Minister too. That's how powerful this one is. And when his party is in power, they make sure that he has full-time police officers as bodyguards who guard him around the clock. When Lucius Thomas, the former commissioner of police, who passed away, earlier this year and Owen Ellington, they made sure that they followed orders from the Prime Minister of the PNP LGBTQ plus party and provide him, that Skeng, with the necessary. They made sure that Skeng, chose who he wanted to bodyguard him. And one of his favorite bodyguards was Collis Chucky Brown, who is his godson. And some of the senior police officers who knew Chucky Brown's father, revere and lauded him because his father was a known comrade. Yes. So, Chucky Brown, that's his son, and, his father was a farmer, senior superintendent of police. They call him Chucky Brown too. So Kenneth Black, aka Skeng, is from a place named Kempsell in Clarendon. A man only known as Furtado was his bodyguard back in the late 1980s. Skeng would drive through Water Lane, give him a bit, and all on its adjoining districts, and throw away Clark's booty, jeans, shirt, silk shirts, clothes to the youths in Clarendon. He bought many motorcycles for the men, more than 300 Honda CB 350 motorcycle, and he took care of the people and was able to buy their loyalty with his money. They love Skeng and he loved the people. He is a people person when it comes to those who follow his rules, which are similar to the laws on the Book of Jamaica. The men who killed Furtado, one of them, his name is Trevor from Top Hill, Clarendon, and the other man was a man who is from Tivoli, young himself in prison. Skeng survived 3 attempted assassination of his life by Laborites in Clarendon. It is reported that the 3 times the Laborite tried to kill Skeng in Rhinesbury, Yorktown and Osborne Store, Clarendon, but were able to thwart and survive these hits against his life by his opponent who wanted him dead in the 1990s. And even to this day, they still want to see him dead because of his influence in Jamaica and the PNP LGBTQ plus party. Yeah, Skeng is one of the shakers and movers in Jamaica. If he doesn't want you somewhere, you're gone, Based on information received and obtained from a reliable source, a police officer who was present in the parish of Westmoreland in the early 1990s, Kenneth Black, aka Skeng, a Jamaican businessman and gangster, boxed Minister of Government Dr. Carl Blythe at a road resurfacing site in front of his police bodyguards. Let me repeat that. Boy, I can't believe this. Skeng, based on information received and obtained from a reliable source, a police officer who was present in the parish of Westmoreland in 1990, early 1990s, Kenneth Black, aka Skeng, a Jamaican businessman and gangster, boxed Minister of Government Dr. Carl Blythe at a road resurfacing site in front of his police bodyguards. The incident occurred in the early 1990s at a highway resurfacing site. Skeng backed Dr. Blythe at the site, and the police officers did not intervene to prevent him from assaulting the Minister of Government. Skeng was complaining to Dr. Blythe about the contract and its pricing, and there was a disagreement, and he boxed the Minister of Government in front of the police bodyguards. Dr. Blythe did not make a police report, and the matter ended where it started. Dr. Blythe took his box and moved on. Boy, hey, all them things are serious thing, All a big man like that make a man box him and him. Well, so more or less when him go to PJ, as usual, PJ rather the gangsters than the law-abiding citizens. So that's why Skeng was able to box Dr. Carl Blythe and get away with it. And PJ Patterson valued Skeng more than Dr. Carl Blythe. That's how PJ Patterson operating. PJ Patterson is the kind of person, based on information and based on what is operating, his modus operandi as a politician and prime minister. He rather to side with the criminals than the members of parliament. So that's why Dr. Blythe just getting box and taking box and nothing happened. But there is to each his own, you understand. So the heated so when Blythe arrived at the site, Skeng confronted him and accused him of corruption. A heated argument ensued and Skeng eventually boxed Blythe in the face, which meant that he used his open palms and slapped the big man across the face. The bodyguards did not intervene and prevent Skeng from further assaulting Blythe. The incident reached various media houses, but none of them carried the story because it was not in the police domain for them to report it to the nation. The debate about relationship between politicians and dons in Jamaica are ongoing. And we have seen, Labor Day, May 23rd this year, we have seen the opposition leader Mark Golan marches with a known killer by the name of Danville Palmer, and people are like, it's a lie, and we have the video, and we have the video, and the video is right on the Jamaica Young Police channel. We have no reason to lie about anyone to get views. You understand? We just report what we know, and we just tell it truthfully. If there's something that we have said that you can counter, come to the Jamaica Young Police channel, and we have a number, you call us and we let you go on here and correct the same and clear the air. So we'll continue the journey. So as we have seen, we've seen politician marching with known killer, and Mark Golan was marching with Danville Palmer, the leader of the Upsetter gang. The same man, Danville Palmer, he and his brother had threatened to kill, have been plotting to kill SSP Michael Phipps. Then the same breath after that, they said that Phipps is their boy because Phipps is a socialist. I don't know, I've never spoken to Michael Phipps about his political affiliation, and even if he's political affiliated with the PNP, one must be mindful that you only have one life. I remember, the PNP, a regular thing for them to eat their own. You understand? It's like having its baby and eat it. That's how the PNP operate. They don't care. It's like a dog vomit and then eat it. That's how the PNP LGBTQ plus party operate for years. And we have seen it happen to men like Jingles and others. Jingles was trying his best, to disrespect the party leader and other little things, and he paid with his life. You understand? And that's how it is, So the PNP is a party, when it comes on to loyalty, you have to have loyalty to the movement, but the movement don't have any loyalty to you. You understand? And that's how them operate. And people, most people, as for me, I could not be a part of any political organization that have no respect for my life. You understand? That's why I don't involve in politics, never have and never will. As police officer, and they tried to recruit me and I refused their recruitment and what was being offered to me, because I like to be my own man. I am not beholden to any guy. So when things happen, a guy cannot put me in a rough place between a rock and a hard place. Or a rock and a deep blue sea. No, not me. You understand? I am not into that. So we'll continue the journey. So we know that that, as we said before, that the PNP, how them operate, they don't play at all. Them don't play. You mess with them, them dirty. You understand? So, and the people know that the Jamaican people know that the politicians have the upper hand when it comes to violence. Ask the Klansman gang members who are falling out of line with the PNP LGBTQ plus hierarchy and leadership. Yes, like Bulby. When Anytime them feel like them too, them bigger themselves, boldly, feather map. Yeah, same thing happened to feather map. Yeah, feather map with this Michael Manley, and Michael Manley just bring in a Cuban, and Cuban just lick out him in a bar downtown. You know, I just saw it. I was a little youth then, but you know, I heard, you know, when things have been said, especially in your presence, you will remember, you just sit and listen, and that's how you learn. You understand? So silently, some people saw Skeng's action of boxing Dr. Carl Blythe as justified, while others condemn them silently. You know, they do it silently. Silently, the people, them say the action is justifiable of Skeng boxing the minister, and some of them condemn it as thuggish. The incident highlighted the frustration many Jamaicans felt about the government at the time. Kenneth Black's reputation for being respectful and untouchable is one of the biggest traits. Why he is so loved by many, even police officers in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and is the most influential figure in Jamaica. This reputation is likely due to several factors, including his intelligence. Yeah, so you know, say you don't have to ask, you know, say Kenneth Black, OC, Skeng, you know, say his IQ is superior to most criminals. You understand? Because you have never heard him involved in any fracas or any public, in the public domain, in fighting with anybody or even in a party. You don't hear anything about this man, you know, and he has a tight grip on the people around him, and they really, when you're talking about loyalty, yeah, you won't hear anything. As the special branch man have said, that Skeng is so influential that he was able to even influence police officers who were in the police force to resign and join him. And they say one of his known bodyguard is a police officer by the name of White, and there's others too. Yeah, so they say, you know, he's very respectful. Yeah, that's the kind of person he is. And, you know, he's an influential figure. And, you know, there are several factors why people have respect, why he's relevant. So they say his respect for law enforcement officers and others, even the average person, is a very respectful person. And they're saying that it's because of his intelligence, connection, and his ability to steer one step ahead of the police. And he's a person who knows to communicate with people, and he's a people person. Very charming and charismatic person he is. He's also conscientious not to draw attention to himself, and is always prepared to be arrested. Black's reputation for respectability is likely because he has never been convicted of a crime. This suggests that he can operate within the law even though he's involved in criminal activities. This gives him a degree of legitimacy that other gangsters do not have. Yeah, the man, him smart how him operate. For years, him never, you hear say this man involved in a criminal activity, but that's all, you know, that is just conjecture, but there's no evidence. He has never been arrested or anything like that. You know, like how, you know, and you never hear his name linked to any high-profile killing of any government official as, you know, as Danai Williams, who killed a judge. You know, you understand? He had meant to kill a judge, yeah. Judge Derek Hugh. You never hear that from Kenneth Black. You never hear that Kenneth Black had, even police officer, you never heard of him sending anyone to kill any government official. And yes, and honestly, before the weekend, you're gonna hear who, based on the information received since we have done the video. Sorry for the digression of Corporal Parker from De La Vega City. Yes, we have the name of the person who drove that SUV into De La Vega City. Yes, into De La Vega City when Tesha Miller went in that vehicle. And who was driving it, and the other, and who was in the vehicle that he went to and talked to when the order was given for them to kill Douglas Chambers. You're going to be shocked at the politician who was it. You understand? You're going to hear the name of the politician and the reason why the reason why this is being leaked. Yeah, so you know, this is the end of part 1. You know, Kenneth Black, OC Skeng, you know, the man that most criminals are trying to emulate and see if they can replicate his modus operandi, how he has operated over the years in Jamaica and never to be arrested by the police. And based on the traits that this man has displayed, he has, you know, been able to even win the hearts of some of Jamaica's most toughest detectives, yes, and he have them in his pocket. So stand by, you know, part 2 will be coming up shortly. We won't let you wait and wait that long. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.